In 1987, Capcom released Street Fighter to the arcades. And while it wasn't the initial boom that started the fighting game genre, that would happen in 1991 with the release of Street Fighter 2, in which Capcom would see a lot of money in that game. Because as you can see, they released it like 500 fucking times. It's ridiculous how many times that game has gotten reprinted. However, I'm more of a Third Strike kind of guy. That's neither here nor there. But with this giant craze in fighting games, we would go on to see games like Mortal Kombat, Samurai Showdown, Virtua Fighter, King of Fighters, Tekken of all games, which, by the way, Tekken 8 looks really great. As a side note, I'm very excited to see where the Tekken series is going from here on out. However, in 1998, we would get a specific game, and that's the game I'm here to talk to you about today, and that is Guilty Gear. Created by the Team Neoblood, now Team Red, published by Arc System Works in 1998, Guilty Gear would go on to be a cult classic game in the fighting game community. It's incredible sprite work, phenomenal music. It would go on to be a hidden gem in the fighting game community, up until Guilty Gear Strive, where I think now Guilty Gear series has started to see its popularity where it's rightfully deserved. And I'm glad I get to talk to you guys about it today.
Can't you see I'm blazing? Still my heart is blazing. If the words kill me, I don't need a new world after you. My time is my word. Your words will never let me disappear. That is bullshit blazing. Still my heart is blazing. If the words kill me, I don't need a new world after you.
Although Guilty Gear is not what got me into fighting games, that would be Super Smash Bros. And while I love Super Smash Bros., I have countless memories of that game. I think that game gets plenty of love. Masahiro Sakurai, you've done amazing work. But Guilty Gear to me, especially in recent years compared to other fighting games, I feel just hasn't gotten that love and support until now. Though Guilty Gear is underlooked, there is one thing that I have seen whenever Guilty Gear is discussed, and that is the visuals. Even back in its conception back in 1998 to its first release, to now in Strive, there's one thing that is always praised when it comes to Arcsys games, and that's their visual aesthetic and look. Guilty Gear was known for its sprite work back in Guilty Gear Accent Core Plus, those days, but now with Strive and its inception of the Xrd series back in 2013, Guilty Gear aesthetics have changed, and they've changed for the better. Like, look, I got into Guilty Gear because it looked like an anime fighting game, and I like anime. I'll be straight up. I love anime. If you saw my No More Heroes video, then you know I like anime. If you know I like No More Heroes. But the aesthetic of Guilty Gear is like any other out there. Arcsys has been able to craft and somehow manage to make their 3D models look like traditional 2D drawings, and it's incredible. I mean, you can see how where they've come from the sprite work of Accent Core Plus and the animations in that game to now in Xrd Rev 2 and Strive onward. It's phenomenal. Aside from looking great, Guilty Gear is also super fun to play. Now, I won't lie to you and say that the Xrd series mechanics are incredibly hard to learn and to master. Basically, if you want to play a certain character, you're going to have to spend a whole lot of time just playing them and that character alone if you actually want to get decent at the game. I'm not decent at fighting games, so no matter how hard I try, I will never be good. But when it comes to Strive, they have kind of mainstreamed their mechanics when it comes to Strive. I can somewhat be competent in that game, but I'm still having fun. And I think that's what I'm really happy about when it comes to Guilty Gear Strive, is the fact of people can play that game more easily now than they could with Xrd. I have a roommate who decided to play the game with me, and he had never played a fighting game before like that, and he beat my ass. Now, again, that's not hard to do, but the fact that someone who's never played a Guilty Gear series can just come in and kind of do insane combos is really great. It doesn't hold a barrier to people not being able to play the series. It allows people to actually have fun. And I'm not saying you couldn't have that fun before with Xrd Rev 2, but with Strive, millions of people now are enjoying this game and the series as a whole because of the streamlined mechanics. And yeah, there are gonna be people out there who are pissed. It's not as technical and it's not as fucking difficult. They're like, fine, go play Xrd Rev 2. It's getting rollback netcode, so is Xrd Rev 1. But now streamlined mechanic is now allowing other players to finally enjoy the game. And with the announcement at EVO of 2022, when Daisuke got on stage and announced that the series had finally reached 1 million sales, that was incredible. 1 million sales to Guilty Gear is a big deal. To something like Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat or Tekken, it's whatever. But to Guilty Gear, to finally reach 1 million sales, it's something to be proud of. I mean, they even made a whole fucking music video to celebrate that. And also, I'm showing a clip here, but please go check out that music video. Even if you don't like anime or Guilty Gear, it's something really cool and I think a lot of people should experience. But I guess what I'm trying to say is that Guilty Gear is a series that, ever since its inception in 1998, hasn't gotten a lot of love. But with Xrd's release back in 2021, and this announcement of finally reaching 1 million views, Guilty Gear is getting that spotlight that it deserves. It was the final game to be presented during the EVO tournament. And I think for them to end on Xrd means a lot, to show that, oh, EVO, the highest streamed fighting game event of the world, they're ending on Guilty Gear says a lot that people are interested in this game more so than ever before. And it makes me happy to see that. I'm excited to see Guilty Gear's future. We already have Bridget as the Season 2 DLC character, and she's fantastic. I'm excited to see where the Xrd series goes forward, and I'm excited to see what Arcsys as a company and as a Team Red, as a developer, continue on in the future. I want to thank you all for sitting here and watching me talk about Guilty Gear, a weird fighting game. It means a lot, and I'll see you again next time when I'm talking about some weird game you may have not heard of. But until then, bye.